Hello folks, I hope you're having just one of the great days of your life today. Today we're going to be taking a look at Ambrose Bierce's short story in the horror genre, The Secret of Macarger's Gulch. It's in this new book that I've picked up, which has all of his short stories that are in here. It's roughly around 90 of them. It's divided into the three main genres that he published here. You can see the horror genre and all of the short stories that he published in the horror genre there. And moving on to the next page, all those are horror too. And then the next one are war stories that he wrote. And then on the last page, you have the table of contents for the told tales that he wrote. And so you can see a lot of his short stories here in this collection. I've picked it up and I'm probably going to come back to it here and there when I'm in the mood for Ambrose Bierce. He is a dense writer, but he's my favorite pre-Lovecraft horror writer, with the possible exception of Edgar Allan Poe. I think most people would say that either Poe or Lovecraft are the two greatest American horror writers, and they're either one or two or one based on what you would think. I'm not going to fight that fight. But Ambrose Bierce, I think, is probably right in there with the other two. He might come in at number 3, but I do think that he's in the conversation. I like him better than Arthur Machen. I like him better than Algernon Blackwood. I like him better than some of the other horror writers that we've looked at or that we have come close to that are out there in this genre. He is just such a strong writer, and his stuff is incredibly gifted, and he is a great wordsmith. Every paragraph by Ambrose Bierce has a paragraph, has 1 or 2 or 3 clever lines. Lines of dialogue are clever. And so we'll be taking a look at The Secret of the Gulch and of Macarger's Gulch. And this is like super short. I mean, this is like 6 pages in my admittedly oversized collection. I'll link you to both the collection below in case you want to check it out and read along with me, or in case you just want to, read it for free. I'll go ahead and link you to it. I'll try to find a free version of it online for you as well. All his stuff, is past. It's more than 100 years old, so it should be past its copyright date. So hopefully we'll be able to find that stuff for you and link you to The Secret. This is a very fun short story. It takes place very quickly, but definitely has a strong horror element to it. A hunter by himself is going to be lost in Macarger's Gulch. He's going to find out a lot of stuff about himself and a lot of stuff about the Gulch and what actually happened there and in this house that's there as well. So there's going to be a lot of fun things for that to happen. And I did enjoy this short story. Now it's probably a little shorter than I would have preferred. I would have liked, I think, another 2 or 3 pages to flesh it out. Although it's better to keep them wanting more than keep them wanting less. So, if you're going to err on the side of a quick short story rather than a long one is probably the right side of things to err. But I definitely felt that there was probably some plot or some good details that were missing that I think could have fleshed this story out a little more. So I would have preferred it to be more like 9 or 10 pages long. And I think the short story would have been, the plot and the short story of this would have been done justice. So I'm going to be giving it between 7 and 8. Let's lean on the 7 side. Let's say it's probably more like 7 1/3 or 7.2 or 7.1 or 7.16 or 7 point pi. So we'll be leaning more on the side of the 7 as opposed to an 8. But it's in between the two, but I'm a lot closer to this, so I'll run it down. But it's solid. It's worth your time. It's not that long. I mean, it didn't even take me 15 minutes for me to read, and he's a dense reader. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good, and it's definitely a solid entry into the pre-Lovecraftian horror collections for you. So I'll go ahead and leave you to it. Have you read this short story, The Secret of Macarger's Gulch? I would be more than happy to engage you with it further in the comments below, whatever your take was, whether you agree or disagree with my ranking. If you want to talk about some of the spoilers that I haven't talked about, like the ending, I would be happy to engage you with it further in the comments below. If you like this video, hey, why not hit that subscribe button? Because there's going to be a lot more of these stuff like this one in horror, science fiction, and fantasy. And then thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing it and watching my video. We all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have a great day.